Well, hey, how's it going? Welcome to 3 Minute Thursday. Excited to be back with you again this week. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. We had a blast, wonderful Thanksgiving, celebrating with our families, being together, just enjoying some downtime. And now we're back at it, back in the ministry rhythm, back in the flow of things. We're getting ready for Christmas around our house, decorating, and that's an exciting time. We've got snow and it's cold. The temperatures have dropped significantly here in Wisconsin, and we're anticipating that they'll continue to drop. And so, yeah, that's going to be some crazy stuff. A couple weeks ago, we looked at Jesus crossing the lake with his disciples, with his apprentice leaders, those 12 that he had chosen to invest a little bit more heavily in. He took them across the lake, across the Sea of Galilee to the other side. The other side of the lake from Galilee would have been a pagan area called the Decapolis. And Jesus took his disciples intentionally to that area. This is a short-term mission trip that he took them on into a cross-cultural area. One of the reasons that we are so passionate about short-term missions and getting teenagers into cross-cultural environments is because we see that right here in the life and ministry of Jesus. Not just here, several times Jesus does this throughout his ministry, but he used those short-term mission trips for specific purposes. And this is one of those opportunities. On the way across the lake, remember there's a huge storm. The disciples are freaking out. Jesus gets to challenge them to think about their faith, right? And so we talked about that a little bit a couple weeks ago. As they get across, though, to the other side of the lake, there's a really interesting event that unfolds, and I'm sure you're familiar with it. Mark records it in chapter 5. He says, "They came to the other side of the sea, to the country of the Gerasenes. And when Jesus had stepped out of the boat, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit." This is the man who has the legion of demons, right? And you know the story that Jesus has this conversation with him, and the legion says, "Hey, could we please cast us into those pigs over there?" And Jesus does that, and then the pigs run down into the lake and they all drown, and it's a whole mess and all this kind of stuff, right? You know that whole story. But what's really, really interesting, at the end of that account, Mark says in verse 18 of chapter 5, as he was getting into the boat, as Jesus was getting into the boat, the man who had been possessed with demons begged him that he might be with him. He wanted to go with Jesus. "Jesus, can I go with you? Please take me with you. I want to join you in what you're doing." But verse 19, and he did not permit him and said to him, "Go home to your friends and tell them how much the Lord has done for you and how he has had mercy on you." Jesus said no. This guy wants to follow Jesus. He wants to join the team. And Jesus says, "No, I want you to go back home. I want you to go to your friends, to your family, and tell them what the Lord has done for you." And then it says in verse 20, he went away and began to proclaim in the Decapolis how much Jesus had done for him. And everyone marveled. So sometimes when Jesus says no to people, they go away and they're sad and they're disappointed or they're angry and frustrated. Not this guy. This guy says, "Okay, Jesus has given me something to do. He's sending me back to my family, to my friends, to my community." And there's this principle here of ministering right where you are. I think one of the things that Jesus is challenging his apprentice leaders with, his disciples with, is it's important to start where you are. And one of the things that we're really excited about is that we've got an opportunity to start right where we are, right where God has planted us to serve right here, to make disciples and multiply disciple-making movements right here from Wisconsin. I mentioned a couple weeks ago on the 3 Minute Thursday video that we've got this incredible opportunity, Steph, to do care for missionaries overseas. And I've got some opportunity to do training with those missionaries overseas, which is awesome. But we've also got opportunities right here. And our church, one of the things we're so excited about right now is our church has invited us to do those things here as well. And so Steph, part of her care ministry opportunity, serving volunteer with our church, is going to be serving the leaders of our church, the ministry team leaders, the pastoral team, all of the ministry leaders, that stuff right in our church. I'm going to get to do training with all of those ministry leaders Our church wants to chase after Jesus and make disciples like Jesus and implement Jesus' model. And so, man, we're so excited to get to do that right here. We cannot wait to get going. And we've actually already started that process. And so really, really exciting stuff going on. And just wanted to share that with you and celebrate that with you and invite you to celebrate that with us as well. One other thing, just want to keep on your radar. At the end of the year, every year at the end of the year, we make this appeal, right? We see about 25% of our budget for the entire year. Our support comes in the month of December. And so if you are looking to make a one-time end-of-year type gift, donation, tax deductible, all that stuff as usual, I'm going to put a link right here at the bottom of the screen, but also there's a link below the video in the email that you got, and you can click on that, and we'd love to have your support that way at the end of the year. Thank you so much for your prayer support, your encouragement, your financial support of us, our family, our ministry. We can't do it without you. And so we just really appreciate you guys. We love you. We're thankful for you. Can't wait to talk to you next week. I'm going to get inside because I'm really getting cold. So I hope you have a great week. Stay warm, and I'll talk to you next week. God bless. Take care.